Right, hello everybody, Not Chieftain here, and welcome back to another episode of Elden Ring, the Wretched playthrough. So we are literally following on the back of last episode, in which we cleared. Well, we did two things. We took out the decaying dragon, Ezix or Ezil, whatever it's called, and got a metric shit ton of runes. We had a chat with Gary, who sent us on a quest to find an unalloyed gold needle, which we need to give to Millicent here to cure her of rot. We also took out the Sellia or the Sellia Town of Sorcery, and there's a boss here as well. We took out the Nox twins, or whatever they're called, which were, I thought they were going to be obnoxious, but it's actually relatively easy. So I think we're getting ready to take on Radahn. We're getting stronger by each episode. So this episode, what I'm going to do? Well, we've got two map markers here. There should be a site of graves here, which is why that marker's there, and there's a boss called I want to say Commander Nile, but it's not. But the needle we need to find is here, but it's actually guarded by a boss. Obviously, we need to kill. It'll give us a metric ton of runes. There's also I believe we can get some help with an NPC to summon. There's also the street sage runes here, which I want to check out because we can pick up the meteorite staff, and also we can pick up perfumer's outfits as well, which may or may not come in useful for us. I'm not sure yet. But also we can pick up the spell rock sling, which is very useful to us as a battle mage, so to speak. But first things first, let's head down to the swamp of Aeonia. So let's get on the turret. Let's make our way down. So we need to head to, it's map marker 1, isn't it? Yep. Okay, so we need to drop down here. We'll avoid everything. There's all bits and pieces I missed up here. I could be bothered in the end. A lot of the stuff, like the completionist things, aren't really worth it. If you know what I mean. It's all sorts of crap down here. Yeah, a lot of the things aren't worth it. You can clear out all these areas, but most of the stuff you can either farm or just not worth it in my opinion. Okay, you got to watch out for these. Right. So let's go take on. Well, let's actually save. Probably a good thing. Activate, rest here as well, just in case we aggravated anything. So I'm not sure. Right, and now there should be an NPC that will help us with this fight because the boss is in there. I'm not sure where he is or where her summon sign is. Actually, it should be around here somewhere. It's not an exact sign, so I'll say that. That looks like it. So we will summon Pollyanna. Oh, yeah. And we will take this, summon our skeletons. Now he's going to summon some skeletons of his own, which is going to be a pain. So we need to kind of take down as many of those as we can, but we need our skeletons and Pollyanna to kind of draw his fire. Oh, we want to watch out. He can hit us very, very hard. So we will give it a decent thump, take a blue potion while thinking about it. We'll also take a red potion. Just so we don't get short. Ow. Mate, leave me alone. I need her to live, really. Oh, she got him. Good. my controller froze then for a moment. Just hit him as hard as we can. Okay. So that's the end of him. All of his enemies should leave us. Pollyanna's going to go home. We've got Commander Standard and the unalloyed gold needle, which is what we actually came for. So before we do anything else, let's activate this Side of Grace and rest, just in case any other problems arise. And we will reset the area. I'll take a swig of my drink, or tea, I should say. Okay. Did we get enough runes to level up? No, we did not. Okay. No problem. We need to head there next. We also need to speak to Millicent. Gary, but we'll do that in a bit. We'll go to... Yeah, so let's have a quick look at this item we found, which is this spear, which is strength dex weapon, which is kind of no good to us, honestly. Anyway, let's go. Head towards our map marker number 2. Gotta watch out for these clean rot knights, they're quite strong. Like so, there should be some dudes here. Right, yeah, this is where we want to be. Poison and rot, you bastards. Right, okay. We've got to watch out for that, right. Does that not work? Right, it does work, if it lands. No. No. Okay. This is kind of the perfumer's outfit, yep. Okay. Now there should be a way down, somewhere down here. We can get rid of the marker, we don't need that. Ah, there's the steps we need, so... Poison and rot, what a horrible combination, right? Right, boys. I said no, right? Let me use one of these. Hopefully there's not a boss down here, that would be bad. Doesn't look that way, does it? Right, okay. This is a spell Rock Sling, which is going to be fun to experiment with later date. Probably not this episode or the next one, but it'll come in handy for some bosses. Right, hello. As I said, there's also the meteorite staff around here somewhere, but we don't honestly need that. If we get on a horse, we can avoid the rot. That looks like something up there, doesn't it not? Back onto bud. That is not it. Okay. Let's look at it. Right. Okay, hang on a minute. Let's take care of these. Yeah, see it. Meteorite stuff. Yeah, that's it. So that's everything we need from here. And that's kind of the swamp of Aeonia done, really. We've done Sellia ton of sorcery, we've done the swamp, so the next thing we need to do is... Oh, there is an NPC invader there, right? Look at you. No. Where we go? You know what? Sorry, let's just jump straight to the swamp bank, I should say. Yeah. Avoid everybody. The giant's gonna jump down, or the troll. See you later, dude. No interest in you. No interest in these marionettes. What is that though? Is that another rune, or is that last shard? Totally worth it. We got our friend, the rock dog here, or whatever they call him. Right. Good night, sweet prince. Let's go see our friend Gary. He's going to tell us about the secret of the Town of Sorcery, which we've already done, but never mind.
Oh, as promised, I've detailed the secret of Sellia right here. Go on. It's yours.
Sellia's secret.
Let me have a look at the needle. Well, this is a marvel indeed. The work of a true artisan, a meticulous, bold craftsman who grasps the... Can you give me some time with this? As well made as it is, it won't be much use snapped in half, will it?
No, I suppose not.
Can you give me... As well made...
So what I think we should do is jump back here, and then if we run back to see him, that should reset the area, or if we rest at the side of Grace, then run back to see him. Hopefully that will have reset his... or hopefully it'll be enough time. So let's get back on turret. Right, so I missed. Elden Ring 5. Okay. All comes in handy if you come across any stone sword keys or rune arcs. As I said, I always recommend you keep on to those runes. It's sometimes handy if you need to level up a bit, but depending on how many you have. Right, enough of that. Come on. No. Yeah, depending on how many you have, it's often more cost efficient to just go kill a couple of mobs. If you only need a couple of thousand, you know. And certainly later in the game, some of them enemies, certainly you like the Halling Tree, man. Those guys.
I have awaited your... The needle is repaired. Now it will forestall the rotting sickness, I'm sure. Will you give it to the girl, Millicent? I will reward you in kind.
But now we have the unalloyed gold needle.
Millicent rests at the church, tended to by the witless pests who worship her, or rather her rotting sickness, as a god. A wretched fate, indeed.
Okay, so let's go jump and see Millicent.
If you are wise, you will leave in my flesh. You ask that I stab myself with the needle to quell the scarlet rot. But how? Never mind. I've decided I would rather trust you than simply continue to spoil from within. Would you mind averting your eyes for a moment? Well, that was... But why do I feel so...
Right, now if we rest here. Just to reset everything. Actually looks a lot healthier. Still a mess. But still alive, eh?
Hoped to see you again. My apologies for when last we met. I fainted before I could even thank you. Everything is as you said. Since inserting the needle, the scarlet rot has ceased to writhe. Even the nightmares have abated. And now, though I can scarcely believe it myself, I can move as I please. Not that I could ever truly repay you, but I would like you to have this, by way of thanks. A token though it is.
Okay, so this is the prosthesis wearer's heirloom.
I'm considering leaving. On a journey. With the needle buried in my flesh, I've started to recall, but dimly, my destiny. It's all thanks to you. My name is Millicent. I pray fate permits us meet again. I'm considering the needle my destiny.
Well, that's... She comes up again later on. Actually follows us all the way to the Hallig Tree, actually. No relation to Melania. If we have a quick look at... That's the wrong thing. We go to our talisman slot. This gives us another one of these. This is a +5 to dexterity, so if we needed to raise our dexterity any further for any particular reason, that is an option. We won't do now. I'm happy with our strength, but we could always... because we've got strength and faith, we could always bolster a particular stat point if we needed to. Between that and Flask of Wonder Physique, you can do some pretty amazing things without having to invest skill points. So, but the next thing we need to do is pop back to the Southern Aeonia Swamp Bank. We'll go back to see Gary again. Now, where is he? Let's have a look. I wish he had a Sight of Grace like all the other merchants, but never mind. Because these bits, I find this really tedious. But hopefully we won't have to see him again. Okay. Click on Rock Dog. Hey, buddy. Perfect timing. I've got those things down to a T now. They're wonderful. Right, he's gone. Oh, she's there. Okay.
Oh, hello again.
Hello.
Something about this place felt familiar to me, so I decided to pay a visit, hoping to find someone here, but I've only found emptiness. Perhaps, before my departure, I needed someone to say farewell to. Well, I must focus on my journey, for which I have you to thank. I must stay strong. Well, I must.
Okay, so I think if we pop back to the swamp again. And then we run back to... I think he appears one more time back as an ore merchant, but I'm not 100% certain. I think in one of my playthroughs I just killed him outright after I completed this quest, because you really don't need him to you know, get Millicent's quest further online. Wonderful. Playing with the red mains is just so broken. I love it. Oh, he's back.
Thank you for giving the needle to Millicent. Now she too can begin her journey and stare her fate straight in the eye. You've been a saint through and through. As thanks, I vow to impart to you my knowledge of the lost sorceries of the Sellians, descendants of the Eternal. Oh, you noticed, did you? Indeed, Millicent did visit this hovel of a home. It seems the memories eaten away by the rotting sickness yet remain, but faintly. However, she has no need of me anymore. No, she must embark on her journey and stare her fate in the eye. I mustn't impede. As I've aged, I've found the best way to aid the young is to be forgotten.
It's pretty bleak. Like, so study sorceries. You've got the glintstone stars, which is the spell that those mages. So you've got night shard, which fires a magic projectile, and Nida's mate mist. Releases life-saving silver mist before the cast. So let's buy all of those. We may get some use out of them, we may not. But I don't think we'll be seeing him again, so it's probably better just to get them boards paid for now, because they are. Well, that night shard's not so bad. FP cost, I mean. But, yeah, anyway. So the next thing we need to do, we need to get back to the swamp. And we're going to head up to this area here, which is the Sellia crystal tunnels, which should give us all the upgrade materials we need to level our weapon up further. I believe it's Smithing Stone 5 and 7. And also there's a pink boss drops. It's just Falling Star Beast boss, which is particularly obnoxious, honestly. Really don't like those. Rune up. Oh, wonderful. So we got a rune up back in case we die or anything bad happens. But hopefully we'll be okay. There we go. So we will deactivate you. Now, actually, you can be teleported if you go. And we haven't done it yet, but if you go to Dragon Aeonia in the Aeo's Lake, and got these ruins here. There's a chest, a trap chest that's open to teleport you here, which at that point in the game is fatal. We should be absolutely fine at this point. And also, in all honesty, if you have a mace or something, the one thing that makes them so dangerous is, well, apart from the rock monster things, is a lot of these enemy miners are resistant to sort of stabbing and piercing type weapons, so you need to hit them hard with is that a yeah, they're resistant to you need to hit them with blunt damage basically. What's in here? This place can be lethal, right? That's what I need to watch out for. Yeah, that hurts. Those guys are horrible. Right, so we need to get what a time to be keep under control. Hey. Oh, that's one less, sorry. That spell that they cast is lethal. I'm gonna need Gravity Stone Fan, totally worth it, right. So we're gonna yeah, these miner type dudes, they're just I guess we just do that much damage, it doesn't matter anymore. Really coming away, our leveling is fine in this case. So, Smithing Stone 5, this is what we want. This will enable us, when we finish this place, we should be able to level up our weapon significantly. Rune up, oh lovely, that's what we want, beautiful rune up. We need as many of those as possible. to boost our stats. It's well worth the weight in gold. Like when you, my very first playthrough of this, I was so reluctant to use them, but then you realise that they are. You little slippery son of a bitch. Where's he gone? Alright, let's heal up. Yeah, you just realise the wonderful things you can do via talismans, rune arcs, and your flasks to boost your stats, manipulate your stats. Just do early damage. But my strength playthrough, my strength boy build, I was playing with it, you know, but I do my own time. He's running level 50, running around with 50 or 60 strength. It was just nuts. You know, similar builds. It's using similar weapon, but throwing the red mains, a leveled up weapon. He was just a monster. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I feel like there are more of those. We need to jump across here. That's what I intended to do the first time. Yeah, and the boss battle's down there, isn't it? Yeah, so we need to drop down here. Oh no, not yet. Right, he did some damage. Wasn't prepared for him. Smithy 75, here we go. Lovely. We are going to need Smithy Stone 6 from somewhere. That I'm not sure entirely where we're going to get those from yet. I'll figure that out in 2 videos. It might not be for a while, because obviously we've got to do this area, but we also need to take on Altus Plateau and the Eternal City. I'm not sure. You kind of... The game has a natural order. You kind of figure out, as the things drop, you figure out... No, no. 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 Yeah, so if you explore an area and it starts dropping stones way beyond your level, for example, you know you shouldn't be there. Although generally, if you're in an area like that, you'll know you shouldn't be there because you'll get wrecked. But again, depending on your build, maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't always happen that way. Rockstar Rock Blaster. Never even used that spell before, so I don't know. But its utility. Let's get up here. There should be a dude to take out at the top. 2 dudes to take out. Right. I hadn't planned that. I'd thought the other one was out of reach, but that's wonderful. Gold rune, whatever. Yep. Okay. So that means the boss should be through here, right? Oh no, there's a couple of bit more things to do. Oh wait, no, there's a guy in here, isn't there? Noxious things they are. Especially later on in the game, when you take on the swamp of Lake of Rot and Howling Tree, where Melania is on the way. They are exceptionally strong. And that weird spell that they use, oh, Faithful Canvas Talisman. This is quite cool. I mean, it's not really relevant to us, but it improves the potency of incantation. So if we were to be an incantation caster, we could do a lot of damage with those. My next playthrough is going to be, I've completed a build at my own time of I've completed the game in fact as a strength faith boy, and I actually fully intend to do a full playthrough of that on the channel as well, or something similar, because he was just so strong. So strong. Right, this will be the boss. Now we might die. This guy is utterly obnoxious. I thought the bigger version of this is even worse. So strategy is some of the skeletons. Make sure we've got enough blue potions. You're gonna get Oh, I escaped it. I shouldn't have run into it. Oh my god. Right. Take a health potion. Hit him as hard as we can. Oh, yes, hyper armor. I forget about that. Right. Okay, so that wasn't as hard as I thought. There's one you fight near Mount Gilmore or near Volcano Manor. Whoa. Sombersmith minus smithing bell bearing 1. That means we can use by smithing Somber smithing zones 1 and 2. Unlimited supply. Yeah, as I was trying to say, so there's these Falling Star Beasts, you fight a few of them. There's one outside the Ladle capital, and there's also a full-size one that you fight near Mount on the way to Volcano Manor, and he is just obnoxious. Just obnoxious. Because you've got, as much of this, you've got a small area to fight them in. If you've got space to fight, they're not so bad, but in these little cramped areas, it's just bugger. But anyway, we've done what we needed to do, so we haven't got quite enough runes to level up, but we can buy. Ooh, we nearly have. We might sell some things, but we're going to head back to the round table at this point. Yeah, really get over here. We should be able to, at some point, we'll be able to fast travel away. Yeah. And we'll jump straight to the round table. We've cleaned up most of Sellia. There's an Erdtree spirit here we need to take out, a putrid avatar. There's a knight cavalry, and I think there's a dragon on this bridge, or that one of those two. There's a gargoyle here, but we're not ready to fight him. But there are a couple of things along this way that we can deal with. Obviously, once we killed Radahn, we have to take on this tower to activate his great rune. Not that we're going to use it, but you can pick up an awesome item at the bottom of this tower called Godslayer Greatsword, which is no use to us in this build, but it is an amazing, amazing sword. Anyway, let's jump back to. I mean, we're getting close. Point is, we're getting closer and closer and closer to taking on General Radahn. I feel like feeling brave. I might do it next episode. We shall see. We shall see. So what level are we? 71. Not quite there. Let's save a couple of our. Yeah, we've got 13 rune arcs, so that's healthy. So that means we can level up, right? So let's level up. Let's put another point into vigor. Hopefully we'll have enough runes to upgrade our weapon as well. We don't need to see the two fingers woman. Let's go this way. I always get disorientated in this place. We run around here. Hi. Offer bell bearing. Offered somber miners bell bearing 1. Okie doke. So this means we now have an unlimited supply of smithing stones, somber smithing stones 1 and 2, to go down smithing stones 1 and 2, the ordinary ones. This is good because it allows us to. It frees up a few options. We've got another stone sword key to buy also. It's good because it allows us to experiment a bit with our loadout, especially at this level. Because, in all honesty, it's actually easier to acquire somber smithing stones than it is the smithing stones of the appropriate level that we need at this point. So, and they're a limited supply. We can't buy any unlimited ones for a while. We actually get unlimited somber smithing stones 3 and 4 relatively soon. So, it actually works out a lot better to do it that way. Where are we? Oh, Rogier's gone. And Rogier's letter. Let's have a look. Inventory. I believe. Yes, strengthens glintstone sorcery spell. So if we were to, yeah, there's a few. Oh, I've got some of these outfits. It might be fun to experiment with that. But anyway, we don't. Daunted. Rogier's letter. Let rimming in a trembling hand. I forgot to tell you, but it seems Dee has a younger brother. I heard he lies deep in a deep sleep in the aqueduct beside the eternal city of Nocturne. And I said that he stood before the Prince of Death, not far beyond that spot. Okay, cool. So that ties into a quest later. There's actually something else we can do. If I remember, who's the creepy lady? Creepy death lady.
I
Fear.
am pleased to... Would you like me to hold you? The
Yep.
blessing is still aflame. Would you like to be held?
Yes. That'll do. We should be able to talk to her. She does have a quest of her own to tackle, so we need to kind of tackle that next. Oh, it comes up later. I don't know if we can sort of trigger it.
You are so very warm.
Thanks. Talking
I
secrets.
was known as a deathbed companion where I come from. After I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions, I lay with the remains of an exalted noble. To grant him another chance at life, to do so is the purpose of my being. But before I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace and chased from my birthplace. Pray, be kind. Despite all that, I still wish to be a deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this, as often as it takes.
You know.
My dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prince? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed, and the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed the act, along with the impressions they made, somehow hide the truth of the conspiracy. These grand affairs are hardly my forte, but dear Roger began to weep as he spoke.
About the
In
Black Knife
truth,
Prince.
I've heard tell from someone else about the Black Knife Prince that fascinate dear Roger so.
Knife print clue. Okay.
But it wouldn't be right to give this to him, stuck as he is in the round table hold. Perhaps you could make use of it?
You found a simple map in your inventory. So this actually comes in handy later. I don't know if we've activated this yet. Let's have a look. Where do the maps come up? Yeah. So, in order to do that quest, it's actually in the Only Lakes. It's the Black Knife Catacombs, which are horrendous. But if we go back there, there's actually a second boss in a secret area, hidden behind a wall that we can fight, which is the Black Knife Assassin, and he will have the Black Knife Prince. So we might do that next episode, or very briefly cover that. Let's have a quick
I
chat.
am pleased. Would you like me? The blessing is still. Would you like?
I'll do. Just see if there's anything else before we leave.
You are so... I heard that you lent a hand to dear Roger. He seemed positively elated. He must be possessed of great mental fortitude. It anchors his will and sustains him, despite his grievous wounds. You truly are a champion. To dear Roger, and myself, too. Then good day to you.
Okay. So once we have the black knife print, she'll actually give us a dagger, which we can give to D, which ultimately results in his death, honestly. But we'll have to do that. We're not going to do that. I need to pick up this black knife print, but we'll do that next episode, perhaps, or whenever. It's not essential. Her quest is kind of good, though. It's an interesting storyline. I'll get into that later, but it's not going to come up for a few episodes. Because we've got a lot to do between now and then. A lot to do. So, hello.
Well, I took you no matter it's lay out your arms.
Look at arguments. So we still need more Smithy Stones 4 for our Demi and Queen staff. It may be better to switch to the meteorite staff in a short term. You can't level the meteorite staff. It does scale with intelligence, but Anyway, we have 55. But that's as far as we can go. We need to get some more of that. We need one more. Oh, it's so frustrating. But we have banished Halberd, Fire Halberd 15. It's starting to do some big boy damage, which I'm enjoying. Okay, that's pretty much all we can do there for the moment. I might go buy those 2 stone sword keys from, what's her name? Twin Mania Husks, just because we need those for... You can never have too many stone sword keys. They're not all of them are worth it. The doors that they open are worth it, but it's always useful to have them. Oh, what? Roger's bell bearing. Oh, Patches had a stone sword key too. Let's see. Well, why is Patches more expensive than her? I'll buy one. That'll do for the short term. Okay. Right, we'll call that done then, I think. Yeah. We'll get to the round table actually. It's nice and picturesque. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Bye bye now.